Hi, I'm Lara. Welcome to a tutorial on tuning your ukulele. I'm going to show you how to use a clip-on tuner as well as an app on your phone to tune your instrument, and then stick around for 3 important tips on keeping your ukulele in tune. Before you start tuning, you need to know what are the open strings on your ukulele. So if you have a soprano or a concert or a tenor ukulele, then your open strings from top to bottom will be G, C, E, A. If you have a baritone ukulele, your strings from top to bottom will be D, G, B, E. For the standard G, C, E, A tuning, if you have a low G string on your ukulele and it's in tune, then when you play strings from 4 down to 1, it will sound like this. If you have a high G string, then playing the same strings from 4 down to 1 will sound like this. The next key thing to understand is how our strings are wound around the tuning pegs. So our first 2 strings, our G and our C strings, are both wound in a counterclockwise direction. This means that in order to tighten or sharpen the strings, we're going to take the tuning pegs and turn them in a counterclockwise direction. The bottom 2 strings, the E string and the A string, are both wound in a clockwise direction. This means that in order to tighten or sharpen these 2 strings, we're going to take the tuning pegs and turn them in a clockwise direction. Now let's look at how to use a clip-on tuner. There's one button that you press and hold to turn it on, and then you're going to press it to cycle through various instruments until you get to ukulele. This tuner is going to show us whether each string is too sharp, too flat, or right in tune. So if we play our A string, we can see that the pointer is pointing to the left, meaning it's too flat. So I'm going to take the tuning peg for my A string, turn it in a clockwise direction, until I get to the pointer right in the middle and it's showing as green. So now I know that this string is in tune. You'll want to do this for all 4 strings, and remember that your G and C will turn in a counterclockwise direction to sharpen, and your E and A string will turn in a clockwise direction to sharpen. If one of your strings is so far out of tune that it's not even registering on the correct note, it might, for example, show an E on an A string because it's actually registering as an E. So you might have to sharpen it quite a bit to cycle through until it gets all the way up to A. This is an app called Pocket Ukulele Tuner, and it works the same way. So here I have my C string highlighted, and if I play a C, it's showing me that it's right in tune. If it was too flat or too sharp, then I'm going to need to adjust the string. There are many different tuning apps. This is just one of them. I like it because it's free and it works really well. Now that you know how to tune your ukulele, there are 3 important tips I want to share with you on keeping your ukulele in tune. The first is that you can play 2 C notes on different strings or 2 G notes on different strings at the same time. When you play them, you'll hear whether or not the note sounds the same or if they sound different, and therefore if one of them is slightly out of tune. Let me show you how this works. In order to compare C notes on our 1st and 3rd strings, we're going to place our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, that's a C note, and we're also going to play the open 3rd string, that's also a C. So playing those at the same time, it should sound like we're playing one note, and if it does, then it means these 2 strings are in tune with each other. Moving up to the 2nd string, 3rd fret is a G note, so playing that along with our open 4th string will both be Gs. Now mine is a low G, you could have a high G string, either way is okay. When we play these at the same time, it should sound like we're playing the same note. If it sounds like we're playing 2 different notes, then you know that at least one of the strings is out of tune. The second tip to keep your ukulele in tune as much as possible is to keep it in a stable environment, meaning if you have a case, keep it in its case. Keep it away from fluctuations in temperature and humidity, because those fluctuations will really make it go out of tune quickly. The third tip has to do with new strings. So if you buy a new instrument that hasn't been played much, or if you change the strings on your ukulele, you have to be patient. Give them time to stretch out. Tune them every day, and those little adjustments eventually will stretch them out enough that they only need very minor adjustments here and there, but it could take several weeks, so be patient with the new strings. If you're new to ukulele, please check out my other tutorials on fundamentals and techniques, as well as song tutorials. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing. Have fun with your ukulele, and thank you for watching.